Alrighty, guys. We're live on YouTube. What's going on, everybody? Good to have you guys on. Good to have you guys in. I am going to go edit video, and then I'm going to go to $360,000 green day. Day 274. And then we're going to go change, and we're going to have to screenshot it. Like so. All right, 360K today. Very bright green day, guys. $360,000 trading day. Feels good. Feels good to get back on the swing of things. There it is right there. ADMP just sold off. I was going to re-short to risk off the highs, but I didn't do it. I think it might go through the highs, but I'm not sure. I don't have enough edge on either side, though, so I'm not going to mess with that. I just made $3,300 shorting it, but it cost me $300 shorting it. So what's going on, BK Charger? Made $33. All right, let me tell everybody I'm live. Okay. I'm live going over today's 360K trading day. Okay, there's that. There's that. Then go like this. And go to announcements like that. Boom, done. All right, guys. Hope you guys had a great trading day out there. I'm just getting everything set up on my end here. Again, pretty awesome trading day for me. I really had to nail it down today, guys. I was very, very focused in today. I was very focused on the trades that I was making. And I was so frustrated yesterday. Very, very frustrated. I haven't been that frustrated in probably at least a month, maybe a couple months. I know it was a green day. It was a $96,000 green day, but it should have been a $300,000 green day. And I was making poor decisions, and I won't handle that. I will not tolerate that for myself. I have higher standards than that. And today was just getting out all my frustration, making sure I pinpoint my trades, making sure I take the proper trades, making sure I find the right trades, making sure my risk reward is there, making sure the proper volume and risk off criteria is there, making sure I'm making smart decisions, making sure I'm not staying in stocks too long, making sure I'm staying in things that are working out and scaling in and scaling out. This is my craft, guys. This is what I do on a daily basis, and I do this to motivate you guys. It all started with $1,000. This account all started with $1,000, not the specific account, but I started at TD, got kicked off there, then I started with E-Trade. And I rotated that account over. Then I rotated the account over to this. But I've never funded anything except for when I started with $1,000 274 business days ago. And I do this to motivate and inspire, guys. Today was a very, very successful trading day, as it should have been. If I stick to my rules, if I stick to my standards, if I trade things the right way, then things will go properly. But if I start messing around and making mistakes and not sticking to my trading plan and process, then I will have problems. And that's kind of what happened yesterday, even though it was a green day, and when I was on those red streaks. I wasn't sticking to my plan, and I'm wasting opportunities when I'm doing that. So I can't have that anymore. I'm not going to let that happen. I'm better than that. And, going forward, I want to be that person who, motivates you guys. Dennis, I have no idea. I currently have an attorney I currently am trying to find attorneys to work on that. At the end of the day, it is what it is. There's thousands of other brokerages out there, but it's definitely frustrating to have that happen, and I'm definitely going to get to the bottom of it, and that's a process that I'm working on. But I don't have to worry with Trade Zero. They're equipped for day traders, and I think, I think that they're more equipped than the... Well, I know that this is definitely the best brokerage that I've ever used. No question, ands, ifs, or buts. If you want to use it, it's in the link in the description below. No question, Trade Zero is the best brokerage that I've ever used, and I've used probably 7 to 8 different brokerages. No question, are they the best for day traders, and even especially if you're a short seller, that too. But yeah, so I kind of want to make a quick TikTok, but I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I think I might. All right, guys. So here's my trades of the day. We're up $360,000. I'm live on YouTube and Instagram Live. If you want to see how I did this today, make sure to follow me and enjoy my live right now. Thanks, guys. Let's see if I can do this quick. What's going on, guys? Hopefully you guys are enjoying your trading day. As always, please subscribe to the channel. Click the icon to alert you if I make new videos. Let's see here. Profit in 1 day from each year. Alright, guys, I'm just posting this quick. Go to set duration, go like that. Okay, then go to edit, go like this. That's not gonna work, so we're gonna have to edit that and go like this. There we go. Okay, cool. Hopefully you guys had a great trading day out there. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this Thursday. This was obviously a good trading day for me. Let's see, go like that. And yeah, they're definitely high locate fees for sure. But you get what you pay for, and that is what it is. But that's okay, at the end of the day. I'm okay with high locate fees if the execution's in the proper platform has that. It's okay for me to pay a little bit higher in executions. I mean, I shorted ADMP after hours at 242, covered it at 222. Cost me $300 to locate. So with all the locate fees, made about $3,000 after hours shorting that. But yeah, guys. So today was an awesome trading day. I traded ADTX. The main trades, the big trades for me today were ADTX. They were GRTS and BVXV, okay? Those were the main trades. I took other trades, but those are the big trades that I made today. GRTS, I made over $75,000 longing it. That was a perfect short squeeze setup on the daily chart. It was day 3 of a former runner. It had been consolidating perfectly. It was SSR, and I was looking for the short squeeze to come through. BBIG I didn't end up playing much of. I ended up actually losing a little bit on it. GRTS, I could have sold it a little bit better, but overall, I mean, I'm definitely happy with the executed trade that I made, especially with the size that I had in it. And then ADTX, guys. ADTX, I was longing it out of the gates, expecting it to have a synergy play off OBLN, so let's go ahead and go over that today. Okay, so let's go over today's trades. If you guys haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Okay. So today, guys, ADTX was the trade that I made today. And this was the first one, and I had eyes all over this out of the gates. I didn't see it pre-market. I didn't see it on the scans. I believe someone mentioned it in chat. Actually, no, I think I saw it on the scans as well as someone mentioned it in chat. That's why it's important to be surrounded by a community full of like-minded people, because people can spot things and see things that you can't. And so therefore then creates more opportunity for you, or for long or short, whichever way you feel like you're a better trader, or whichever way you feel more comfortable. You have to figure that out. But, having a group full of like-minded people at NoMagnetTrading.com, it's a huge advantage when people are spotting things throughout the day and adding value throughout the day and trying to create opportunities that you might not have had beforehand. And between the scanner and the chat room, there's opportunities that you'll miss out on if you don't have those tools, in my opinion. I know I 100% will if it wasn't for the scanners in the chat room for me, but maybe you guys aren't the same. But for me, I need a scanner in a chat room to keep eyes and ears around the market every single day, to keep news plays hot, and make sure to add value and create value to build your base and your foundation as a trader. So today, guys, I actually saw this one on the scanner, and I didn't really like anything pre-market. I was talking to Jordan yesterday. One of the educators, we're actually really good friends in the chat room. And we were talking yesterday, and I was like, okay, I'm going to look for stocks today that are anywhere from $2 to $3 a share. Why? Because OBLN yesterday, that's where that started. It started about $2.70 to $3 range, right? And it just extended massively, right? The amount of liquidity. I mean, it was insane. I believe it traded over $2 billion in one day, okay? And I knew this thing going up 500% on that amount of liquidity, most likely we were going to get a sympathy runner. And so, which one was it? I didn't like Gene because it was too high of a price. Everybody's looking at this one. There was another one. I can't remember it. There was one more bio that people were watching. Anyways, ADTX fit the criteria to a textbook. It was right in that price range. I had no idea what the news was. I was just looking for sympathy from OBLN. Basically, people who either missed out on OBLN or people that played it and thought, when people get it in their mind emotionally and psychologically that things can get extended farther than you really think, then people just chase the hell out of things because they've seen it before. It's pretty crazy to see how the human brain works, right? But this is a chart that shows you how the human brain works. It's like yesterday we saw 500% runner. Those people that missed out were like, okay, well, I don't want to miss out. And I've seen 500% in one day, and it's proven in one day, so maybe it's possible, right? And then when they see the possibility of that happening, they all convulge. And that's where I took advantage of ADTX today. Now, did I think it was going to sell off like that? No. I would have been short big time if I thought it was. I thought maybe we'd get a consolidation and a rip through the highs into the 7s and maybe 8s because percentage-wise, it wasn't up that much today. OBLN was up 500+%. This would start up like 20%, and then out of it, we got as high as like 140%. I thought maybe we'd hit 200, 220% today. I did not think the sell-off was going to happen. Luckily, I got out before the sell-off. I can't believe how perfectly I got out before the sell-off. I actually looked away, and all of a sudden I looked back, and I thought they had an offering. But that wasn't an offering. It was just people trying to liquidate, get out, and stopping out of the stock, and it tumbled hard. And I still can't believe that wasn't an offering. But then we even had another chance for a reperk. I mean, there's opportunities long and short all over every stock, guys. The liquidity was pretty crazy, and you could have longed it in here with higher lows and made $1 a share there. I mean, there's always opportunity in the markets, guys, and I will cover that throughout the day. But you have to always be open to opportunity and create the opportunity for yourself and realize that if there's an opportunity that fits your criteria, that fits your plan, your process, your strategy, then move on. I had to do that a lot today. There were stocks that I wanted to get in or wanted to short, but I just had to move on because it wasn't in my criteria and I didn't feel comfortable with it. And if it worked out, great. If it didn't, it didn't. But I wouldn't feel comfortable holding on to it because I don't feel like I have an edge. Okay? So ADTX, I was literally watching this one out of the gates. Literally. I saw this perk up to 327, right? And then I watched it in here, and I was like, okay, are we going to get a sell-off? I was looking for maybe a washout into the low 3s or maybe under like the 290s, right? Well, we didn't get that. And all of a sudden on the tape, I started to see the bidders come up and the buyers push through. And immediately, I was waiting for 315 to break on the ask. Okay, 315, I was waiting for it to break. As soon as 315 broke again, I was going to long it. So if we stayed under and got into the low 3s, I would have started adding. But if we stayed above 310 and started to break through that 315 level, my plan was to buy the hell out of it, okay? And what did I do? I bought the hell out of it. Okay, so, but yeah, I bought the hell out of it, and I realized, that was something that I had to look for, was, something along the lines of, this stock being, just, I had to look for something that, that had the opportunity and the criteria of OBLN. So 351 average, and that's because I kept averaging up on it. So I actually had like a 323 average or something like that. But then I kept averaging up into every dip, like this dip, I added some more. I mean, let's go ahead. Let's see if we can pull that up. ADTX. And then go to the 1 minute. and then bring this down, and then scroll this over. So literally, I mean, you can see me, you know, adding on all the dips, and I sold into that pop, and then I'm re-adding into the dips, and then right when we broke the highs into the 480s, that's when I sold everything off, and I wish that I wouldn't have, because instead of a, you know, $165,000 trade, that could have easily been, you know, I don't even know, you know, I mean, $500,000 trade if I would have sold it up in here. So you have to realize, you know, I'm taking the trades and I'm making trades and I'm getting clear risk off, but I'm adding into all the dips and I'm selling into the rips. But here's the thing, I make mistakes, and I missed out on, I missed out on $1.50, $1.70 a share. You know, my scales, I mean, I got in 351 average, you saw the trade, and out 463 average, right? So, yes, correct, B, I did. So that being said, I still missed out on the extension. No question did I miss out on the extension. Once the volume really started to come through, I missed out on all of the move. You know, I was out on ADTX. I was out right in here, right on this candle. And then we sold off, and then here's where the real volume came in, and this is where I really missed out. And it's unfortunate, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm always going to have this. Same thing happened to GRTS today. I'll cover that in a little bit. Then I started to re-long the higher lows in here, risking off VWAP, thinking we might get a breakthrough high a day. This was kind of choppy in here. It was very choppy, but I had my average, and I was trying to take a second trade. I think it was like a 520 average. My goal was to get over 350 or 550 to scale, and if I liked the way the level 2 and the time and sales were working and churning in here, then I would have held maybe half of it through the highs, or tried to scale some over 6 and the rest through the highs. I didn't like the way the level 2 was churning in here, right? Then we had this perk up, and I was like, this is better. I like the way level 2 was reacting and the volume was coming in. But here's the thing. I saw still on the ask, the ask had changed to me a lot. I started to see a lot of sellers come through on the ask that were different than the way on the run-up. I kind of felt a shift, and luckily I scaled out, I think, over 550 somewhere in here, and then I felt the shift, so I just got all the way out. I literally started to, like, get a drink of water or something, and all of a sudden I looked back, and I was like, no way they had an offering. I got so lucky. It wasn't even an offering. It was just, you know, people trying to sell off. And I don't know what happened. I don't know if somebody, like a big whale, came in and shorted this. I don't know what, and caused a stop out. But that was pretty much it. And I thought it was dead, right? And then we came back up over 5 again. So there was plenty of opportunity on this name throughout the day, and I nailed it decently. I mean, I think I nailed it pretty well, but I think I could have done better, and I'll be there for next time to do better. Let's go over GRTS. Okay. Or what was the next trade? ADTX, you can see me scalping trades. But I want to go over the big trades. GRTS, guys. So let me explain GRTS to you. It's a $75,000 trade, and I actually I could have scaled above 28s, even 27s, but anyway. So I started to see this hold the 22 level, right? And this thing was kind of building a higher low, lower high kind of formation. And right here, it should have given up, but it didn't. And when I saw this thing not give up in here, and then we started to re-perk, and then get above VWAP, right in here when we got above VWAP was where I was interested. Okay, and I'm not going to lie to you. I got in here, and then saw this, or no, I was getting in like in here, and saw this thing come up, and then come back down. And I stopped out again, because I didn't want to see this thing flush down and go through 22s. I just wanted to see myself be in the green and keep going. I stopped out, where was it? Like right in here. And then it ate it all up. I mean, I had like 15,000 shares, or I can't remember. Yeah, it was like 15,000 shares, and it sold it no problem. And when that happens, I generally build more of a bullish thesis. So then we started to see VWAP hold even more. And I said, okay, if the bidders keep coming up, and this thing doesn't get under VWAP in here, and the bidders just keep coming up and keep coming up, I'm going to long it double the size. So what did I do? I longed it double the size. The bidders never gave up. This bill was building higher lows and working off VWAP, right? So you can see my GRTS entry was 23.39.2, 30,000 shares, and I scaled off in the SSR. So my plan was maybe this thing could go through highs. I mean, if you look at the chart here, it's a very volatile chart. It's moved a lot, and there's people comparing it to Moderna. Okay, and this is a very, very small company compared to Moderna. So I started to see this, and I had my eyes on it yesterday because we had this huge run-up, but then it never gave up. And then, today it wasn't really giving up. And we still aren't really giving up. So I'm watching this into next week as well because this thing is forming a multi-day flag. When you see this much volatility and that much volatility, you're going to have either volatility to the upside or to the downside, and you want to try and risk your reward and figure out which way it's going to go. And luckily, I predicted that right, but it doesn't always work out like that. You got to realize this is very volatile, right? But it's also, it can go against you in a heartbeat too. Volatility means up or down. It doesn't just mean one way. And so I look for volatility, I look for consolidation and clear risk-off levels, and I realized this could have potential because I thought maybe shorts were getting a little bit too comfortable. And that's exactly what happened, I think. I think that what happened here was I started along it in here, and then we started to perk up, and I was just holding it. My plan was at least above 25 to scale, because once we got above 24, that was the previous resistance that we tested multiple times, right? We got above it, then we retested, but then stayed above it, right? And that's what I like to see there. And then we had this short squeeze, which I think this was because it was SSR. I think this right here, this volume candlestick, was someone who had a lot of size short and liquidated their position. That's what I think, but I could be wrong. My scales, I had limit sells from 24.39 all the way up to 26.04. My last sells were 26.20. This thing went to over 28. I could have easily made $30,000 to $50,000 more, but that's just so you know and realize that this is trading. This is the things that can happen, and for the next time, okay, well, let's make it a little bit better. Now, I'm not always going to nail the tops, and I'm not always going to nail the bottoms. Okay, and that's always going to be a thing, but I want to try and do my best to make sure I get the most meat off the bone that I can. And then the last one was BVXV. Okay, and I'm watching this one. It's tomorrow, multi-week, multi-month. I'm watching this one. Why? Look at this massive gap fill. We're starting to see volume. Look at this massive gap fill. Sometimes when you get bio stocks that are getting, obviously there's a lot of stocks that are running, and most of them are bio stocks. Now we have a gap fill, and a lot of times when you see stocks that have a gap fill and the bio sector is already hot, you might see them fill the gap. Or I've seen stocks fill $5, $6 share gaps. I haven't seen something to fill that kind of gap before. I'm not in one day or not even 2 days. I don't think that I can remember right offhand. But that's the gap fill strategy is a real thing. And this thing's been consolidating for at least 9 months, and we're starting to finally get a breakout with volume. Yes, or 2 days ago, or 3 days ago, or maybe a week ago, we had our first volume candlestick consolidated in our second breakout. So I started to long this in here. Once we got a reperk, and then I just held it. I held it through this. I don't think I ever averaged or added any more into it. Maybe right here I added a little bit more. And then this thing ripped, and I can't remember the last time I limit sold the top in my career. I mean, it's very, very rare that I do that. Like, I mean, we're talking like maybe once a year that I limit sell the top of a trade intraday. But I limit sold 682 and sold the rest at 680s, and I nailed that trade. BVXV 39,576.5 out 675.6. So about $1 a share, 1 cent away from $1 a share, $38,000 winner. Okay, and that was my trading day. So just all those trades averaged up. You can see everything in here. This is my trading day as well. I actually shorted ADMP after hours as well. What's it at right now? Let's see. Oh my gosh, it's making new highs. Wow. ADMP, I was short right in here, 242, and I covered it on a limit cover at 222, right there. Or it was right here on this candle. And then this thing's making new highs. So, this is a very powerful stock. The pharmaceutical stocks are hot. This is already a previous runner, and it's breaking out even higher. It has solid news on it as well. Anything's possible for that one tomorrow. It's going to be volatile, and when there's volatility to a name with a lot of liquidity, I want to be there. I want to be there to show myself that I can take the trade. Anyways, guys, if you guys haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel. I would really, really appreciate that, guys. Without further ado, guys, that's really all I had today. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. If you're interested in, free chat, link in the description below. My course teaches you my strategies, the brokerage that I use, the brokerage that pays you up to free stocks that I recommend. You guys always have to know I'm not a financial advisor. Trade at your own risk and have a plan, a process, and a strategy. I'm not a financial advisor. Everybody should know that. It's pretty obvious, but I always have to say it because I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just here making trades every single day. And, I'm trying to do, the best that I can with what I have in front of me. Eventually, I want to trade with the size of a hedge fund. But right now, I'm not there yet. I have about $1 million. I have multiple accounts, but the account that I'm showing you guys is about $1 million account. Okay? And Alan, Curto, I know you guys are excited about the new house that I got. I'm letting the lady that is moving out, she needs some time to move out. I think she's an older lady. And I'm like, you know what? It's okay. Technically I should be charging her rent, but I'm just like, you know what? You can take your extra month. I'm not going to, she's lived there for 36 years. I'm not just going to say, hey, goodbye. I need you out right away. So I gave her about a month to move out. That I felt like that was just something that I could do because it would make it easier for her. So I hope that helped her. But I did want to move in immediately, but I can't just because she has time to move out and she's trying to get all her things together. But I can't wait to move in my new place. Going to remodel. It's going to be a nice place to make it my home. I'm going to probably do a gym and a sauna and, all that kind of stuff. Maybe get a TrackMan and play some golf in there. I don't know. It's going to be a pretty cool house. But I'm looking forward to it. Of course, I didn't mean my question to come off. So I haven't been seeing your guys' questions. But overall, guys, today I'm up about 36% on my account. So a 36% trading day is pretty good for me. I like to, there was a lot of runners that obviously are up a lot more, but I have to worry about liquidity. But yeah, today was a 36% trading day. So always take percentages. Don't look at my P&Ls. Percentages are king. If you look at my P&Ls, that's fine. Motivate yourself, inspire yourself, that's great. But I realize a lot of you guys can't, really look at that and be like, that's realistic right now. But you guys have to realize, just 3 or 4 years ago, I lost half my net worth, guys. It was about 4 years ago. I was working for Domino's about 4.5 years ago, and I was just trying to do anything I could to get more hours to make up for my lost wages. Now I'm very blessed, and I have this opportunity to do this every single day. But you guys have to realize this didn't just come easy. You guys don't get to see the hard work and the time and the effort that I put in and the actual, effort and all the things that I've tracked throughout the years and continuously try and grow on that. This didn't just happen overnight, guys. The fastest trader I've ever seen become profitable is about 6 months. And I know a lot of smart, profitable traders out there. Fastest I've ever seen someone become profitable is about 6 months is what it took them. And, that is what it is. It's one of those things that it takes a while. It takes some time. And so, yeah, guys. Just wanted you guys to know that and get an understanding of that. You guys can see me shorting ADMP right here. I was going to wait for one more new high and short into it. I might get squeezed out a little bit. I don't have that much size, but yeah. If we make new highs, I will add more into that. So right now you guys are seeing me short ADMP. If we get over 260, I'll probably get even more shares short. You guys can see I'm unrealized 380 right there. We'll see if that comes on down. Unrealized $520. Nothing. I'm not shorting with any kind of crazy size at all, guys. I mean, you know, very, very small size. I have these shares that cost me $330, so, you know, I'm trying to pay for them right now. And, you know, so. But small size, and if I get squeezed out, I get squeezed out. But I'm willing to add over the highs. And, yeah. You guys can see my live trades now. You know, honestly, for how extended this is, I don't really have a huge risk-off level. This is way overextended in my opinion, but, I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. This thing could continue to rip, and I could miss out and potentially get squeezed out of this thing, but that's made one hell of a move. That's all I can say. So, but who knows? I might flip long soon, but you know, maybe that 260 level ends. You know, it's consolidated and it's making higher lows, so it's not like it can't go higher. You know, and the volume is there. You know, it's up over 116% now. So, you know, anything's plausible. So, but anyways, guys, I'm going to make this trade. I might get out of it. I don't really know yet, but I'm going to get off. I don't like making a whole lot of live trades, but there you guys go. I executed. I have a 256 short average right there. But we'll see what happens. Right now, it's just consolidating. Looks like it might make new highs. So, it really does look like it's going to make new highs here. That's okay. That's just trading, and it's a small little trade here. I'm not looking for a huge play. I mean, today was a $360,000 day. I'm not gonna it's gonna be up 4,000 or down 4,000. It's nothing crazy, but there's an opportunity, and when there's opportunities, I look to attack. All right, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay, please like and subscribe to the channel. Click the icon to let me know if I'm making new videos. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Cheers, team.